What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Setros here, aka God Lightning, aka God Thunder here. Y'all know idea back with a video. We're back with another Ratchet and Clank ripped apart, but today's video, obviously, we're gonna give my thoughts and opinions about Ratchet and Clank ripped apart, how I feel about the game. Where's some good, where's some bads, and what the future holds of Ratchet and Clank. For the game genre and anything else, and all that type of stuff. And yeah, before we get into today's video, I just want to say thank y'all once again for supporting this channel. That means a lot to me in this world. We're still growing somehow, which is really amazing because I've been doing content creating, well, basically around 2016, but I never took it seriously till around 2018, and somehow it's all paying off. Right now, 2023, and we're doing so great, with all the content creating, not just in Apex, but in Fortnite and all the other gameplay walkthroughs I've done in this channel. You guys have given me a ton of support, and for that, I appreciate you guys for that, man. Channel is growing. I just wish, I really just wish that this channel would have grew sooner, but, it's not easy with growing on YouTube now these days, but, hey, we're growing. That's all that matters. I'm happy, and we can continue on the growth. What I'm saying? I'm super excited for what the future holds, and I'm wondering, where we go from there, and all the other type of stuff. Also, once again, thank y'all supporting me with the whole entire Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart series too as well. Can't forget about that because we just did the series, and now we're done with it already. I know it was a short series. It was a short, really short series. Probably by far the most short, probably the shortest series, stories gameplay walkthrough I've ever done on this channel so far this year. I'm not sure if it's ever, but so far this year, it's been by far the most shortest, gameplay walkthrough I've ever done ever. It's crazy that, it only took us 9 episodes to be done with this game already. Normally it takes gameplay walkthroughs for me on my channel around maybe about 13 or 14 episodes, but I guess because of Ratchet and Clank, and I guess I'm assuming, I think I researched this, it's a 5-hour or 6-hour gameplay you could do, gameplay of this game. So basically, around 5 or 6 hours, you play Ratchet and Clank, and of course, it's gonna be around that time you get done with this game, Ratchet and Clank Ripped Apart. So I guess that's why it was this short, because it was 5 or 6 hours, and yeah, man. I only beat this game maybe in 2 days and all type of stuff. It does take me a gameplay walkthrough to beat around 2 days. Some gameplay walkthroughs it take me around a week or so. But in this gameplay walkthrough it took me two days, so it really wasn't that long if you really think about it though. So I'm glad though. Beat it, and I'm glad to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it here and there. And also, once again, thank y'all supporting the channel. You know what I'm saying? I cannot believe we're still growing. That's crazy. We're still growing, and the amount of people who support me on this channel is just amazing, man. I feel blessed every single day. I feel really blessed because it's not so easy to grow on YouTube. So I'm happy for him too as well. And yeah, man. And yeah, man. But we still got way more to go. We still got a lot more years ahead of us. Well, actually, we're gonna be YouTubing for a pretty long time. There's no way I'm gonna start YouTube. Never, probably never. But anyway, besides of that though, I ain't gonna waste none of your time, man. Let's get to Ratchet and Clank, Ripped Apart. My thoughts and opinions about this. Get my thoughts and opinions about this. Obviously, you can see right here, this is the last mission that we did, of course, on the last episode. I always tend to do my thoughts and opinions on the last episodes or last mission of the gameplay walkthroughs because they tend to be way more way more entertaining than the then of course the story and all that type of stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and add this whole thing out and just put the end of the game, the end of the whole time, final mission here and there, and then we go from there. And yeah, yeah. I mean, the final mission was pretty good though. The final mission was really good, and yeah, man, it was really cool. It was really nice though. But yeah. All right, all right. Let's see where we go from here. All right, so I'll start with the bad. Let's start off the bad first and give it the good. You already know the rest and blah blah blah. You already know the rest. All right, so what's the bad about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart that I could think of really don't cross my mind here? Honestly, this is gonna shock y'all. Y'all probably aren't gonna be shocked about this, but it's probably gonna shock you guys. But the one thing bad part about this Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart thing is, of course, the villain itself, Dr. Nefarious. I know some of y'all probably huge fans of Dr. Nefarious. I know some of you guys who love Dr. Nefarious. here and there. But personally, I did not like Doctor Nefarious in the Zealand game or in this Ratchet and Clank game. The reason why I did not like Doctor Nefarious is because he's so predictable. It's like he literally sets him up for failure from the moment this whole entire thing starts. And and as a supervillain, you don't want that. You don't want to set yourself up for failure if you're trying to be this taking serious, supervillain. Because one thing I like about supervillains is that they are being taken seriously and they're a huge threat. You know what I'm saying, into the world or what their missions and what their desires are to whatever. You know what I'm saying. And Doctor Nefarious, his desires to take over the whole world, dimension, whatever, and him just being so predictable. Normally, when you see supervillains in movies or any of the games you play, they tend to be unpredictable, or they tend to tell you like where the plan is as times go on. Clearly, Doctor Nefarious' plan was to. And of course, we're getting late to Emperor Fairies, but Doctor Nefarious' plan was basically to kill Ratchet and Clank, and Ratchet and Clank just keep on saying like, how many times are we going against this guy, and how many times he failed? So many times, which basically make it kind of kills Doctor Nefarious' character, because like, damn, you lost against Ratchet so many times, and you can't even defeat them. It's like you're really like this predictable villain that can't beat them, or at least be on top of the game and all type of stuff. It's like, damn, how can I take him seriously? Now I know some of y'all guys are probably thinking, well, he kind of got ahead of him when he went to the Nefarious City here and there, but that is Emperor City. That's Emperor's, the Emperor Nefarious City. Like he went to another dimension of Emperor City, because Nefarious City is in the Emperor City. That's his hometown. So he technically did not get ahead of Ratchet and Clank. If anything, he kind of took a step back and kind of messed the whole thing up. And eventually, the Emperor Fairies, start taking orders and all this type of stuff. And he started going this rampage, and Doctor Nefarious start to follow him around, all type of stuff. Like literally, literally, Doctor Nefarious is kind of a joke as a villain. And I hate villains when they're not taking serious. If you're not taking serious as a villain in villains in movies or anything, then you're not going to be as likable in any sort of way. You're not going to be likable in the video game genre, nor in the movie drama. You always want to have villains to be taken seriously. Doctor Fairies, I couldn't even take him serious not once, because he's so predictable. He failed so many times against Ratchet and Clank. It's like, damn, are you ever going to give me at least step ahead of them? Because at least if you're losing, at least if you're getting your ass kicked by Ratchet and Clank, and of course Revette and a Kit. But if you're going to get your ass kicked by them, at least be a step ahead of them. You know what I'm saying? Be unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? Like I could name so many supervillains that can be so unpredictable. Yeah, they eventually get their ass kicked, but they were so unpredictable at one point to where we really thought they was gonna win and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? There has been so many supervillains in movies and in games that has been unpredictable and make them like likable and make them think that, damn, they're actually gonna win. Hey, they're actually bad supervillains. I dig that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, they're actually gonna win, and then of course just to be here and eventually winning. But you know, but that's not my whole point. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of it is that Dr. Nefarious is predictable. Like he's like so predictable. Like he even said it himself. Like he said himself. Like I remember in the beginning of the game that we was playing, Ratchet and Clank ripped apart during the beginning of the game. He said that I'm gonna go to the dimension where I can actually defeat you, which proves to me that, and basically tells me that, damn. So no matter where you go, you get your ass kicked by Ratchet and Clank. You can't be two steps ahead of them, or at least have one man go down and the other. Like it just kind of ruins, Dr. Nefarious, credibility as a villain. Like, damn, can I really take this dude seriously when he getting his ass kicked? Like, can there ever be a time when Dr. Nefarious get like ahead of Ratchet and Clank? Because he couldn't. The only thing that got ahead of Ratchet and Clank was the Dimensionator. The Dimensionator literally fucked the whole thing up. And yes, Dr. Nefarious did destroy, kind of messed up the whole entire rift and all that type of stuff with the whole Dimensionator and all type of stuff. But the Dimensionator literally just really, tore this whole rift and this whole world, a whole world apart, and it ends up, starting to have things that come from the other side to this side, and started to mess the whole thing up. Literally, the Dimensionator did it itself. And of course, even though Clank did build it for him, but to be fair, Dr. Nefarious did took it and he fucked up the whole timeline, but it didn't make him a credibility as a villain. If anything, it's just it just all they had to do, all Ratchet and Clank had to do was make and Revenge and Kid. All they had to do was make it another Dimensionator and shut the whole thing down, and that pretty much it. That's all they had to do. But still, if you're gonna be this villain to be taken seriously, you gotta be a step ahead of at least the characters. You gotta at least be a step ahead of the heroes or the protagonists. You know what I'm saying? So I can't take Dr. Nefarious seriously, and I hope that in the next, Ratchet and Clank video or in the next, Ratchet and Clank game that the Ratchet and Clank them do, I hope that we move on from Nefarious and move on to a different villain. They might come in and might be taken seriously because I feel like throughout this whole entire gameplay walkthrough I've done with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, I have not once taken Dr. Nefarious so seriously because he's so predictable to be defeated. And not every like villain is so predictable to be defeated. You have to find ways to defeat them. Dr. Nefarious, you straight on have to just take the build another dimensionator, and that's pretty much it. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Build another dimensionator. Just take the rift back to normal. Shut the rift off. Take the rift back to normal here and there, and that'll be it. But yeah, man, that's just my opinion. I don't like Doctor Nefarious. I hope that he does not come back. I hope that we have a new villain in Ratchet and Clank that I can take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Y'all have your own opinions here and there, but that's just me. I just couldn't take Dr. Nefarious like so seriously here and there. So it's just my opinion and all that type of stuff. So yeah, Dr. Nefarious, that's I think one big bad thing I not like about this game. The second the second, okay, I'm gonna say the second. This might be controversial too as well, but hear me out. The second part I like about this game is that it's kind of too short. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I enjoyed this game a lot. I love games when it tend to be a lot longer than be short because when it be so short, it's like damn, this game is so like forgettable. It's like I feel like the longer game plays or the longer game you play, the more interested it gets. And I feel like as as the ending of this scenes and all type of stuff start to come to an end, as the game starts to come to an end for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, the whole entire scene started to get very interesting. I was like, can this game last a bit longer? But no, instead, this game is like a 5 to 6 hour gameplay, and that's it. You basically beat the whole game. I really wish this game was a lot longer. I love games where it be a lot longer than they normally would be because more adventures, more time to play, and also more interesting to the story. Yes, this game does make you go to adventures and all that type of stuff, but I feel like they could have just done more with the story, but I guess they just said, you know what, rip the part, like just mess up the rift and all that type of stuff, and then have Ratchet and Clank fix the whole thing along with Revette and Kit, and yeah, man, I don't know, man, I just wish that we had we have a longer story to tell, but yeah, that's just my opinion about that one. Anyways, besides of that though. Yeah, that's all the two things I did not like about Ratchet and Clank. It was too short. I really wish they could make it a lot longer, but who knows? Maybe in the next Ratchet and Clank, game they'll make it a lot longer, but who knows? Besides of that, though, yeah, those are the two only things that were bad about this game. Now let's start with the good and all that type of stuff. And yeah, let's start with the good. Number one, the story. Even though this story was short as hell, but it was so simple and it was so impactful because it was bigger than just a rift and all the type of stuff. The Dimensionator and the rift getting all messed up. The whole world from different areas that when we travel across through, whether it's from Revette's point of view or Ratchet's point of view, the whole rift just started getting messed up. It was starting to get bad and worse and worse. And it was starting to get really interesting too as well because as time goes on, we're trying to figure out a way how to build the Dimensionator. Basically, this whole entire story is to build another Dimensionator, so that way Clank can revert the rift back to the way it worked and everything back to normal. That's basically what this whole story is: build another Dimensionator. It was so simple. but it wasn't easy. That's what I liked about this. It wasn't so easy. It was not like, oh, let's build another dimension here. No, it wasn't easy. It was not easy. You have to literally think outside the box. You really have to think, okay, what's the way to do this? What's the way to do that? We have to go to, different, dimensions and worlds and all that type of stuff in order to, get the dimension there working, or build another dimension there and all type of stuff. And then we go from there and all type of stuff. And, um, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it what we had to do. I like the story though. It was so simple. It was so easy to understand, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's number one. Number two, the characters. Except for Doctor Nefarious, I do not like Doctor Nefarious, but the rest of the characters that were in this game, that includes Ratchet, Clank, Kit, and Revette, Captain Cordium, Captain, containing, Captain Cordium, Captain Quartz, Captain Cordium, Cortanium, whatever, Phantom, and Phantom and everybody else that was part of this, Ratchet Clank, uh, you know, gameplay. I mean, Emperor Farius was really cool here and there, but he was just unpredictable. He was just predictable, just like Doctor Nefarious. I can't take him seriously, but. Besides of that, though, the rest of the characters, besides Doctor Nefarious, and all that type of stuff, I applaud them. I applaud them. Say they did a really good job. I liked every single last one of them. Of course, my favorite one out of all of them is Ratchet and Clank. Like two of really cool dudes. They really have so much connection with each other, and I like it. The fact that that it's not just Ratchet and Clank. That's having an issue with this whole rip shit. It's Revette and Kit too as well. So I'm glad that they're not just making it all about Ratchet and Clank. They're making it about Revette and Kit too as well, along with other characters too as well, which I like. Which brings me number two. It's more than just Ratchet and Clank. I just said that too as well. Like like not only the characters are amazing, but also they make it more about Ratchet and Clank. It's Kit has her issues, and Revette has her issues. Captain Cordium has have his issues. Phantom. This dude guys his issue. Rusty Pete has his issues, aka Pierce. You know what I'm saying? Like they all have their own issues and conflict here and there. What's going on with their lives, and I'm glad that they're making it not just about Ratchet and Clank. It's a more of Revette and Kit and so many other characters. So I'm glad that they're doing this because I think this is what we need in gaming, is just making more just about not just one character, multitudes of characters. So I'm glad that they're actually making us play not just Ratchet, but Revette too as well, which is really cool. I'm glad. I like games where we like just play this more than one character and get to know more than one character, which is really cool. So I'm glad about that one. So that's one. Characters. Two, of course, play with more than one character, and just more than just Ratchet and Clank, and all type of stuff. What's the third one? Oh yeah, the upgrades. I like the upgrade system a lot. I like when games where we can actually upgrade the weapons that we first have, and we eventually get to upgrade them, as later goes on and on and on. Which I'm glad though, because I ain't gonna lie, we need those kind of things in gaming. I like when we upgrades and all type of stuff. It's just so amazing because you don't need to have to go to get other weapons to make it better. You just simply upgrade the weapons you have, and to make it better. Yes, I eventually bought all the other weapons, just to have the full slot you saw right there. But I basically, I love when we have to upgrade just that one particular weapon, so that way, we can all have, so we can be more powerful now. You know what I'm saying? All type of stuff. So I like that. It's amazing. And I'm sorry, and it's amazing, and yeah, man, I like the upgrading the system, and of course, I can't forget, the graphics slash combats. I'm putting them both together because it's I don't want it to be separate because we all know PlayStation 5 has really good graphics too as well, so I'm not surprised. But the graphics really good in this game for a 2021, and mind you guys, PlayStation 5 came around 2020. So for the fact that the graphics look really nice on the PlayStation 5 system is really nice. I dig it. I enjoyed it. It's really cool. Also, the combat, what I'm saying, in this game, you can not only just shoot, you can fight with your little hammer thing, whatever they call it in this game, whatever they call it in this game. You could just fight with your little whatever hammer thing. Well, also you can shoot in this game. I personally like shooting in any other any other game that involves heroes and all the other type of stuff. It's my forte. I like it a lot. But not to get me too excited to where you can actually slash and then hit. Slash and then shoot whatever both at the same time. It's really cool. I'm glad that they actually did that because I like games like that. You know what I'm saying? And um, it's really cool. It's really cool. I'm glad that they did that type of stuff. So, yeah, that's really cool. Number, I don't know what number we're on, but whatever. I guess we're on what one, two, we're on three. Well, three, four, but I put combat and graphics together. So number four. The we get. I like how this game is not just evolving just one world, it evolves another worlds and all type of stuff. I mean, it is called Rift Apart, so everything in the Rifts is not going to just affect Ratchet and Clank's world, but Revette's world and any other world that's affected by the Rifts. I like that. Like we have to travel and do all the type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I like games where we have to just go and travel and do whatever because it's not just one world is affected by this Rift thing. It's also the other world too as well. So I'm glad that that the people who make Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, they did all this just so you know they can make it not just about one world, it's about the other, so and all type of stuff. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts on the whole entire Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and all the other type of stuff. I really hope you guys did enjoy the series, even though it was short as hell, unfortunately. But despite it being short, I did enjoy it though. I had fun with it. It was like a game where if you're a casual, you can enjoy this game. If you're not so much a fan of Ratchet and Clank, you can enjoy this game. Or if you're a hardcore fan of Ratchet and Clank, you've been playing this since day one of the first Ratchet and Clank game, you're going to enjoy it too as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's still enjoyable in 2023, even though this game came out like in 2021, which is crazy. But yeah, man, I had fun. Really did have fun playing this game. Like I say, although it was short as hell, I tend to like get longer gameplay walkthroughs and all type of stuff. But it was short, but it was sweet. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did enjoy it too as well. I hope you guys really enjoyed the series. It was amazing. It's still great, you know what I'm saying, despite this game being out in 2021. It was still amazing. I still enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did enjoy it too as well. Yeah, man, this was an amazing game, and I'm forever, going to keep my eye on Ratchet and Clank, adventures and what they're gonna be doing, and hopefully they keep Revette and Kit too as well, on this adventure too as well. I don't know what they're gonna do at this point with Ratchet and Clank and Kit and Revette. I hope that they do more adventure with these two with a different villain. Sorry, Dr. Nefarious, you can't be taken seriously, but I also hope that that eventually I hope there's gonna be at one point in the game of genre of Ratchet and Clank, we finally get to go see the Lombax and see, Ratchet and Clank's family again, or because he doesn't know who these people are. He doesn't know who his people are, so that's really crazy. And if he doesn't know who his people are, I'm like, there's gonna be a point in time where eventually we're gonna, eventually he's gonna have to know eventually. So hopefully that's gonna be a game where Ratchet and Clank get to finally get to see, the Lombax together as one, and along with Revette being involved in it too as well, and Kit. So who knows? Who knows going to be involved in it? Who knows? It only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? So, but if I have to rate this game, like I said, I'll rate this a 9 out of 10. Although it was short, but it was amazing. It was sweet. I enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys did enjoy it too as well. You know what I'm saying? It was really amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that as going forward with Ratchet and Clank, we finally get to we finally get to get Revette involved in this too, and Kit get involved in this too as well, and hopefully finally we get to see the Lombax maybe finally get to meet the other Lombax in a different dimension, but who knows? Only time will tell. I cannot wait for more Ratchet and Ratchet and Clank, more games. I'm gonna be looking forward in the near future and all that type of stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. And let me know what you think about all the thoughts I'm saying about Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart.
To the ones that told me to quit, look at me now. I could be the greatest of all.